All right, Jessica, thank you so much for allowing me to record this portion of our interview.
You're welcome.
Well, welcome to Florida.
Thank
I
you.
understand you moved here from Wisconsin.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, terrific. You have a great resume. Some really
Thank
good
you.
some good office technical type skills. So I understand that you were working as an office assistant for a printing company right before you moved here.
Correct. Yes.
Okay,
I used to
great.
manage the office.
Okay, so you've worked office management for printing. It looks like a vending company,
Yeah.
government. Was that with the city? You did their meeting minute notes for
Oh, the
about
sanitary district.
sanitary district.
Yep. I would take their minutes at their monthly meetings. Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and so you take all the meeting minute notes, put them in document form, and then they would, or they like for public record.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Was that a volunteer or just a little part-time thing?
That was a little part-time thing. They
Okay.
had like a yearly salary, and you get
Okay.
paid twice a year.
Okay, and that was for 16 years you did that. Wow.
Correct. Yep.
All right, and you worked in an accounting office and did some accounting that looks like early on in a church. So
Correct.
I mean, really and truly good varied experience. You know, you've got some good tenure, 16 years with the sanitary district, a couple years at all of the other places, some even a little bit more than that. I'm reviewing your resume, about 15 years of experience in general. Looks like you have a variety of software.
Yes. Yep.
QuickBooks, Peachtree, payroll tax, of course, Office, Microsoft Office.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Spreadsheets and yep, Excel, Word.
Okay.
Definitely.
And we were talking a little bit before the call about phone calls, like working in an office and like answering calls back to back to back. What job would you say was the busiest, like the high volume out of your career?
I guess it would be the Sheboygan Sun.
Okay.
Would be the busiest. I would run the office, and then I would take all the classified ads and then transfer any of the calls to the salespeople if they wanted to do the digital ads and stuff like that. But I handled all the phone calls and all the invoicing and like all the office duties there.
All right. And then why don't you tell me a little bit about what you did at your last job?
Okay. That would be at Bonnick Printing, PacLab Bonnick Corporation. So I would manage the office there as well. I would take all the phone calls and try to answer as many questions as I could. I would greet all the customers. So I was like the face of the company where anytime they would come in, I would be there to greet them. I would take any scheduling. I would schedule for the sales reps, let them, know any appointments that they had coming in and stuff like that. Keep track of that. I did all the mailing. I did the banking. I did the invoicing. I did the POs. So any paper or products that needed to be ordered, that was on me as well. So I would do all the paper ordering and all the printing supplies, all the office supplies. Yeah, I would like make up the orders. The sales reps would do the quotes, and then what I would do, the job tickets is what we call them. So I would make up the job tickets from there, and then that would go to production. Production would do their part, and then once they delivered the printing product, then I would get the job ticket back, and then that's where I would do the invoicing, and which would come out of QuickBooks and do that kind of stuff. And we also did our banking in QuickBooks as well. So I do dabble a little bit in QuickBooks as far as the banking side and the invoicing side of QuickBooks.
But we talked about the QuickBooks that, for this particular, for the position I was telling you about, this wouldn't need the QuickBooks experience.
Okay,
but
no, that's fine.
We talk about a position that does need QuickBooks, but it really needs high level experience in that. And so you said you were just
Okay,
just
dabbled in it. The part like with the invoicing and the banking is what I taught myself. Yes.
Fair enough. Okay. And then for the position that I have that we were talking about, it would be more entry level.
Okay.
It looks like you've got a variety of office roles. How would you feel about going into a position where you are on the phones a lot, maybe, gathering client information and such? Tell me about that.
I think that would really work good with for me. I have been told I have a nice phone voice and I get along with people very well and I'm able to handle various situations over the phone. I do have good communication skills and yeah, and good writing as well. So I think that would be a perfect position and I would be able to handle it very well.
Okay. And you're here locally in Volusia County. And
Yes.
oh, tell me about attendance. So, like at your last positions,
Mhm.
if I were to call and do references, how would your companies say that your attendance was?
I would say they would say that was very good. Even if I did miss a day from being out, I would come back in and, make up all the work that I missed and be able to, but that would very rarely happen. It
Okay.
wasn't an all the time situation whatsoever.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty. And we talked a little bit about the professionalism of the offices that I represent, and that
Hmm.
phones aren't allowed actually on the floor, and
Yeah,
everything. You said that that was okay with you, and
definitely.
that
Yes,
you
not
can
a problem.
start right away.
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
All right, Jessica, I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the interview. Don't go anywhere. Got a few more
Okay.
things to talk about.